congratulations, guys. It's so nice to meet you all in person finally. I know we talked over Zoom last time, so it's nice to finally be face-to-face.
Great to see you. Thank you.
Yeah. I want to start off by saying congratulations, but also congratulations to you because you made it to high school. So.
I know.
You never thought it would happen.
Yeah, I know, it's a miracle. But yeah, it's an exciting season because of that for my character and so many new opportunities, you know, whether it's Mr. Lewis, his new theatre arts teacher, who was almost his mentor this season. Yeah, and also trying to navigate friendship as well when you go to a high school and with Richie and Fox and balancing that whole part of his life now is really is exciting for Mark this season. And for myself, it's like I can pick from my own experience of like going to school this year and revising and all of that and kind of relate that back to the character. And so yeah, just exciting times.
Yeah, definitely. And when we talked last, you said you wanted to make a show that anyone from any age could enjoy and find something that really moved them. So I'm wondering for each of you, what was that show for you, either growing up or now, that really resonated with you and helped you through times?
Oh boy, that's a great question.
How much do I want to date
Go
myself?
ahead, do it. Tell the truth.
No, there's so many. Okay, when I was a teenager, The Facts of Life was what I loved because it was 4 girls at a boarding school, and each one of them was completely different from the other, right? There was like, you know, the sporty girl, and then there was like the littlest one who was tinier than everybody else and wore roller skates everywhere, and then there was like the popular girl, and the great thing about them was that each one of them was going through something that you were going through as a teenager in some way or other. So it was really charming. I loved that as a kid.
Actually, probably for me as a kid, The Wonder Years was a big show at the time with narration, looking at a different decade about a kid growing up. And so that was a big show for me when I was young.
Freaks and Geeks.
That's a good one.
I loved Freaks and Geeks, and I found it probably younger than I should have. Like that, but you know that's always the case. Yeah, that was just a big push. Like that was one of the shows that I watched and went, "Oh my god, how fun would it be to do this?" And oh, they're amazing. And then to go on and see everyone who was on that show, seeing what they're doing now. Yeah. That was a big one. That was a big one.
Yeah, off the top of my head,
Sesame Street.
I love Sesame Street. Formative.
Hey,
I'm not knocking Sesame Street. I would never.
Elmo's coming after you.
Not again.
Yeah, but I can think of a movie. I mean, as a family, I remember every Christmas Eve we sit down and watch Santa Claus the movie, and that's just
The Tim Allen one?
No, it's another one. It's like not a lot of people know what it is.
So I know what that is. Yeah, it was a movie. It's from the '80s, and it's a Santa Claus movie.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that I think everyone has their Christmas movie, but I think it's just one of those things that, like you guys with TV shows, probably sit down with family or with friends, and it's one of those things that you just love, and it's that sort of tradition that's so great.
Definitely. And I love that you bring up Christmas because obviously the holidays are coming. What's a Christmas or holiday tradition that you guys have that you think your characters would also have or enjoy?
Ooh, if I may go first, if I may be so bold. Ever since, so I've got an older sister, older brother. My sister is 30 years old now. I've learned my lesson. Not gonna date anyone. Every year since my sister was born, my mom has taken us to go get pictures with Santa. Every year, and even through COVID, we dressed my brother-in-law up as Santa, and I feel like that's something that Mary would want to do through the years. Get her boys all dressed
Everybody
up
in
and
ugly sweaters.
Everybody in ugly sweaters. Get in the car.
Sure.
We're going to the mall.
That would have been great, actually.
I feel like that one would work.
I like that.
Yeah. I think we got to incorporate that to another season.
Ugly sweaters.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. My mom makes the most amazing meat pies. They're the most delicious, unbelievable things, and we always have them on Christmas Eve as a family. So my whole life we've had them. So it's gone to my sister now to do the cooking. So now she's cooking the meat pies, but they are chef's kiss.
This year, me and all my cousins got together and we got a picture with Santa, and he came over. So I think for Mark, my character, he'd be the one dressing up as Santa. So I think he'd love that tradition. He'd just like get carried away. He'd get everyone presents, and I think he'd go overboard. So I think that tradition would be what he would like.
You got anything to say about that?
I think so. Yeah. For me, it'd be going out and cutting a Christmas tree, which is something we've been doing for a while now. And I think Pop and Mike Sr. would argue a lot about that, and that you'd have to watch that as it getting colder and colder as they argue over what tree. And no matter what tree you come back, I don't think Mary would be very happy
No,
with
you
it.
probably bring me a Charlie Brown tree for sure.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Just turn it that way. No, turn it the other way. No, yeah, that'd be
Just needs a little bit of tinsel. It's fine.
Yeah. Maybe there's a squirrel in it. Who knows?
Tinsel, everything.
Tinsel's the worst in my family. It's just
It's
everywhere
awful.
for months and months. But I love how this captures Newfoundland so vividly. What do you think were aspects of the culture or the time period that were crucial to making this story what it is?
Yeah, I think one big quality of Newfoundlanders is just the humor and the way you talk. There's always a bit of play back and forth, and there's never just a conversation. There's always a bit of wit, and you deal with that in dark times. There's always a joke, no matter how dark the situation is. Just as a little, we'll get through it. It'll be okay. And I think just the banter is a big part of that. Even if you're mad at somebody, the way you tell them, there's still a little dig or a little bit of humor in it. When you're sad, there's always humor. So I think just the constant little bit of wit in what people say is a very big part of the culture.
Was there anything that you guys picked up on, maybe being on set all these years, that you really enjoyed or that stayed with you?
Who wants
Yeah.
to go? Go.
I'll go.
Okay. Who wants to go?
Who wants to go first?
Just the positivity. I think Son of a Critch is one of the best sets that I've kind of ever been on in terms of everyone.
You're not just saying that because they're sitting
Oh
here.
no, but yeah. Well, apart from Colton. Well, we don't
Don't
need
see
to
the
talk
gun
about
hidden
it.
under the
Yeah.
table.
But yeah, I think there's just such a positive energy for everyone on set. That it's, like Mark was saying, it's like even through tough times or, times where we're doing a shoot on location and it's freezing and everyone's wearing like 16 layers, everyone's still joking and having a good time. So I think that aspect of Newfoundland has stayed with me and has, probably made all of us just that much happier to show up every day and excited to work.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I have to bring up something you specifically said last time we talked.
Uh-oh.
When I asked if there was any
wasn't me, it was someone
behind the
else.
scenes stuff, you said you played a lot of footy together. Who won this season? Because you were saying you broke his ankles last season.
And
so
I will
I need
stand
an
by that.
update.
Yeah. Yeah. This season was good. We had a couple games. There was one game where I scored and I was happy.
As
It
you
was
should
good.
be.
Yeah, of course. But then the second game, I think you took it.
I think we're pretty evenly matched
Yeah.
now. I think. Well, I don't know. We'll have to run it back. But
Yeah.
you might have me. You might have me beat now. But he's got a lot more of the footwork. I think I got a bit more of the speed.
Yeah, you've got the speed.
So together,
You're a dream team
that's
together.
it. That's what we're trying to do. We got our coaches here, and my God, we're ready to go. Start the league.
Were there any big injuries this year? Did someone?
Do we have medics on site for these?
I'm contractually obligated to say no comment.
Oh, that's right. No injuries.
There were no
Yeah.
injuries.
No, I don't think there were a couple spills, but you know what? We found out that Richard Clarkin, who plays Dick Dunphy, might be the most limber man I've ever met in my life.
Great goaltender.
Oh,
Incredible goaltender. He was hitting like full splits to save. He was committing. That was something
was a
interesting
surprise.
that we found out. He was keeper of the year.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness.
Yes, he was keeper of the year, going all out to best children. Grown man. It's like, man, he was great. He's 60. Of course he was good.
I love, what sport do you think your characters would be into that, or what do you think would be their pastime sports-wise? Because I know we got music with the characters, but sports-wise, what are we talking?
That's pretty dim, I think.
I know. I was gonna say, Mary,
Yeah.
Mary Sports. No.
Maybe-
She's
Well,
a little tough.
well,
She's tougher. She
I was gonna
skins
say-
rabbits and stuff in the season. So.
Yeah, but she would actually. She'd probably be into like biathlon, like ski shoot.
Yeah,
Don't you think?
maybe.
I was
Yeah.
thinking
Yeah,
more like
deal.
Wait,
Powerlifting.
intense
and
powerlifting.
powerlifting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works too.
I feel like Mike would know what's going on in the hockey world, but I feel like boxing. Am I far off on that?
No, yeah, boxing. Dad would actually watch boxing, and I don't think this is telling tales out of school. Mike came home once in high school, and he may have had something that is legal now that wasn't then.
Okay.
And I remember Dad was watching. I think it was like Ali Frazier, or it was like some big fight, and Mike was sitting there, and he said, "Who's in the black trunks?" Frazier. "Who's in the white trunks?" Ali. And I'd go on and go, "Who's in the black trunks?" Frazier. "Who's in the white trunks?" Ali. And the little one goes, "Who's who?" "What the hell is wrong with you?" Mike, come here for a second. Come here, Mike, have some water. Yeah, so that was a true story, yeah. So yeah, watching boxing, but never
watching
actual
boxing.
boxing.
All right.
Okay. All
That's
right.
much.
What do you think? I mean, what do you like?
I'll watch boxing. I will watch football or soccer, depending on where you're from. But I just had to fight the leader of the NDP, Jagmeet Singh, in a Brazilian jiu-jitsu match for my
That
other
was
job.
not what I was expecting.
Yeah, and
Surprise.
I actually enjoyed it. Yeah, he gave me a lesson. It was very good. I've also boxed the Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, once, and he hit me pretty hard. So I enjoyed it. Looking back, I enjoy it, but in the time, I don't.
If acting doesn't work, at least we all have backups now.
Yeah. I
Family
punching
boxing.
bag.
Yeah.
Excellent.
No, but obviously for you, you get to look at your life as kind of a comedic way. But what's something you've learned about yourself, but also for you playing these characters, what's something you guys have learned about yourself through these characters?
You know what? It's a lot of it's about me, and I write it, and it's my memories. But what really it has taught me, the gift it's given me, is I'll have these memories, and all these memories are important memories for us. And in this, we act them out, and a lot of times it's really quite similar to what happened. But I'm playing my father now, so I'll be in a situation that's really weird. Sometimes I'll be in this memory, this recreation of a memory, but I'm looking at it as an actor, thinking what he was thinking. And in those moments, it teaches me a lot about them, the other things that were going on, because we all have our memories or our point of view. So it's really forced me to look at things from my mom's point of view, through my brother's point of view, and things like that, which gives me a bigger picture and brings me, I think, closer to them. So that's been a real gift for me. It's not necessarily but
Yeah, from the outside.
Yeah. Sometimes in life.
Yeah. For me, I guess the character Mark, he gets himself into all these situations, whether it's the coffee business last season, or countless times where he gets really kind of infatuated with something. And I think that those kind of episodes where he kind of gets so infatuated by something, and then realizes that, oh, I've actually affected Fox or Richie or whatever it is. I think those episodes have kind of have helped me sort of realize, oh, when have I actually got kind of like, oh, so into an idea that I forgot about other things, and it does actually make you think, because when the character learns a lesson, you're also learning one, passively as well too. Yeah,
great.
I'm not a mom, so I've got a chance to be a mom. Basically, that's it. I mean, I don't have my own kids, but I've got these guys. So there you go.
I've learned not to give your shady uncle lots of money to buy a car. That's and that's one that stuck with me since season 1. Yeah, you know what?
You can apply that to a lot of things.
My gosh, I've learned my lesson. Outside of the show, I've learned what a difference a very positive work environment makes in day-to-day life. To be there for the hours that we work, and to never want to be anywhere else. That's something that's kind of surreal. So yeah, it's not in terms of Mike. This is Colton talking. Just the effect that good people and good content can have on the work.
That's a good one.
There are days
That's a
that
good one.
he's not even got a scene, and he comes in for lunch just to say hello.
What
Days
an
off.
overachiever.
I'm overachiever and also free food.
That's true.
Yeah, I think that has might
I've
say
done it
more to
myself
craft
on occasion as
services
well,
than
so
anything.
I can't judge.
That-
I've done it too.
That is something that's unique that I haven't experienced on anything else I've worked on, really is that oftentimes when people aren't in that day, they come in and hang out and visit, or they'll be there to support each other when they have a big scene or what have you. And that's just a lovely thing. People are hanging around, and it's great.
Well, congratulations on everything, and hopefully we'll talk again in the future.
That'd be
so.
wonderful. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.